about it. You know, that you don't need, you know, great storylines to, you know, have an amazing match, and these guys proved it. Number 23, Austin Aries versus YAMATO. Well, let's not say that match is amazing, but the bottom line is it stole the show. It got people talking. Number 23, Austin Aries versus YAMATO from Dragon Gate USA. This is supposed to be Austin Aries' last match in independent wrestling before he swerved the fans the next night. But him and YAMATO had a great match. Aries was the old Austin Aries for this match, trying to put YAMATO away with the 450 splash and trying to beat him as fast as he could, but YAMATO was just too strong. And a great WrestleMania weekend crowd for Dragon Gate USA's Mercury Rising. I thought that was a great show, and definitely the best match Austin Aries had all year was against YAMATO. Next up, we have Kotaro Suzuki versus Katsuhiko Nakajima. This is my personal favorite Japanese wrestling match from the year. I've already talked about it. Nakajima. You know, Suzuki is not great in my opinion. I think Suzuki, I would say he's the type of guy that is good enough to be on the Ring of Honor roster, but he's not the type of guy that you really want to spend money on to bring in the Ring of Honor. Like that type of guy, but him at Nakajima proved that he could get a great match out of him, and he did. And it's a testament to how great Nakajima was for this to reach that level. Because I don't think Suzuki's great. I think he's very, very good, but not great. Number 21, the Briscoes versus the All Night Express. This is from Honor Takes Center Stage, Chapter 2. It was a blood war. I mean, you had, you know, Jay Briscoe and Red Titus, blood was oozing out of them. And the crowd was just going, holy shit, holy shit. I think even Kevin Kelly said this is like a Quentin Tarantino movie. So yeah, excellent stuff. Number 20, we have Nakamura versus Tenzan from New Japan's G1 Climax tournament. Nakamura, in my opinion, Nakamura is probably my favorite wrestler from New Japan. In my opinion, he has, and I know Sean Carlos Zero talked about this, it doesn't feel like a typical Japanese wrestler. He has a certain swagger or charisma about him, and you know, kind of like maybe that Mexican desperado Antonio Banderas, a combination of that mixed in with some Japanese. He definitely has that type of thing going on, and he's just cool as shit. But at the same time, you know, I would say out of anybody besides KENTA, this is the guy that you bring in the Ring of Honor that would create the most buzz right now. It was Nakamura. And him and Tenzan, they had one of those matches that was kind of short, but it was really, really, you know, high intensity. Every shot, every kick, every move meant something. It was one of those matches, and it had a great finish. And yeah, definitely loved it. Number 19, Kevin Steen and Akira Tozawa versus Ricochet and El Generico. This stole the show from PWG's All-Star Weekend. It was just a ton of fun. You know, Generico and Steen, the rivalry was renewed. Akira Tozawa, the chemistry between Akira Tozawa and Ricochet was kind of awkward, but it was interesting, though, I would say that. And yeah, that finish was sick. Steen kind of launched Ricochet into the turnbuckle with that torpedo splat. I don't know what it was, but that was a sick finish. And the what was it? The package power driver into the Shining Wizard with Tozawa and Steen was probably the combination move of the year. Number 18, we have Akira Tozawa versus Shingo from Dragon Gate's Kobe Festival. Amazing stuff. Tozawa's cardio is out of this world. I would definitely say that. And him and Shingo, it was kind of like, you know, Shingo's kind of a monster compared to Tozawa. But you know, Tozawa was like the fucking Energizer Bunny that Shingo just couldn't put away. That's what this match felt like. Number 17, we have Akira Tozawa versus that young knockout kid Chris Hero from PWG All-Star Weekend Night 2. You know, definitely, you know, Tozawa's PWG finale, his going away party, and you know, him and Hero had that great match at Bola. I love the Bola match a lot better because the emotion was better. The intensity was on another level. You can't duplicate that match, but this was still, they countered off of those spots and they still had an awesome match. It just doesn't come anywhere near that Bola match for me. I know some people disagree with that. Number 16, Chris Hero versus Eddie Edwards, Ring of Honor's Revolution Canada. I would agree. Arguably the Ring of Honor match of the year. You know, the interferences at the end I thought brought the match down big time, but Edwards and Hero worked a very good storytelling match, but at the same time, it was definitely the stiffest Ring of Honor match of the year. I wasn't crazy about the finish. The finish wasn't that bad. I'll say that, but yeah, just really, really brutal stuff, and it told a great story too, with Hero going after Edwards' elbow. Some people thought it was kind of inconsistent because Hero didn't go back to it towards the end. I just look at it like this: they wrestled for so long. You could credit the Hero not going back to work on the elbow to fatigue. So it is what it is. Number 15, Kenta versus Chris Hero from Noah, Genesis in Germany. It kind of took a while to get going, but Kenta and Hero are a great combination. They're wrestling in front of that German crowd, and Kenta got pissed off because Hero was impersonating Kenta Kobashi halfway through the match, and after that, the match just got fucking awesome. This is even better than their HDNet match, in my opinion. Number 14, Randy Orton versus Christian from SummerSlam. All right, I've heard some people say that they thought it was kind of unnecessary. A lot of the stuff they did in the match, they thought it kind of dragged, But you don't get to see these type of matches in WWE anymore. These street fight hardcore matches. They do it on rare occasion, and I felt it delivered though. They finally broke the table, which was because they couldn't. Obviously they didn't have anything to do with the psychology of the match, but still, the match was fucking awesome. It really was. I mean, one problem with the match was the finish. I think, with Christian, that's how he fucked up and lost the belt from Orton, and for him to actually attempt that finish again is a no-no. That's kind of like if you clicked on a link once and it gave you a virus, why would you click on it again? So that's kind of my only issue with the match. But as far as, it was a breath of fresh air because you just don't see these street fights for the championship anymore. So that's why I kind of loved it. Probably more than some other guys did. All right, the SmackDown Elimination Chamber. I'll just say this. Rey Mysterio and Edge, inside that chamber, they have better chemistry than anybody ever did. And I would say, besides Jericho, I would say Edge and Rey are the Elimination Chamber MVPs. Because they had this great match, and then they were the MVPs from the match from 2009, which everyone loved as well. All right, number 12, Nakamura versus Minoru Suzuki from the G1 Climax. All right, I fucked up when I made the list. I thought this was from the finals. This actually happened the day of the finals, but it actually was not the final match. This was awesome. Everyone check this out. It was short for a match of the year candidate, but still you had a great heel versus face dynamic. You had interference, which I thought actually worked. But once again, like every shot meant something. I mean, the knees they were throwing at each other, it had great intensity and just amazing stuff. I really, Daniel actually voted for this for match of the year. It's kind of reminiscent of the match he voted for last year, which was Nakamura versus Takayama from Wrestle Kingdom 4, which a lot of people thought was disappointing. But it's one of those matches which is short, but it just feels like a real fight, and it has a satisfying finish. And Suzuki's nose is bleeding after that finish, so it just goes to show you how realistic it came off. Number 11, Randy Orton versus Christian. This is from Over the Limit. I expected a lot out of this match when I first saw it because the praise was pretty high. But still, just a great way. I mean, when Christian lost the belt to Orton on SmackDown, it was because he wasn't 100%. Here he was 100%. So this was a longer match. It felt more of an even matchup, and it really jump-started. It was really what signaled Christian's heel turn, because Randy Orton beat him straight up.